welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as Michell. I'm here to explore the world of Munzee from within.
Each week, we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, discover treasures, and inform players from around the world just what is coming your way.
So sit back, relax, as today we chat about obviously the week that was. Did you see the Boxing Day sales? There was some cheap auto-deploy gardens in there as well. And of course, a question for Rob and ending with the tip of the week. Rob, Christmas is done and dusted, mate. And guess what? This is the last episode of this season.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that's good news on both ends because sometimes there's a little bit of stress that builds up, isn't there, coming up to Christmas?
There is, mate, there is. But I will say this, from a Munzee player point of view, there was no stress on the app. There was no stress on the software. There was none of that sort of stuff from my point of view anyway. So I don't know what happened in the back end, but, you know,
it's been a time of celebrations this year, hasn't it? So, things have actually gone really well. And that's the preparation that we put in, working it out for many hours over the last month, you know, just to make sure that everything was fine-tuned so that we, the company, could enjoy a bit of a break and the players could continue to play as hard as they wanted to.
Because I know there's some people out there that do love to go either geocaching or Munzee gaming, whatever, on the Christmas day itself. But Rob, how was your Christmas day, mate? I see that you're looking a little warmer, mate. You're looking a little bit more red in the face. Where are you now?
Oh, yes. We've soaked in just a few rays of sunshine, and it's been so nice. We are in Florida, so you and I are on the same time zone, which is unusual for us. We spent Christmas Day at Walt Disney World at Magic Kingdom. My son is a skipper on the Jungle Cruise, and they change it to the Jingle Cruise and tell cheesy holiday-related jokes along the way, which is fun. So we were there with him and my parents, Lou, and her boys as well. So a really good time. The weather actually on Christmas Day, rainy and gray. So it was an English Christmas.
English Christmas in Florida.
Florida.
The question remains though, did you actually jingle all the way?
We did indeed jingle all the way. It was
you had a lot of coins in your pockets, I dare say.
So many.
Mate, I had a very relaxed Christmas, you know, just, me and the direct family here in the US. So there was literally 5 of us, including myself, for lunch. Yeah, that's all it was. So I did some of the cooking along with my mother-in-law. Cool. So the 2 of us cooked and the 3 of them just sat and watched television. But more importantly, I managed to watch the entirety from start to finish for the first time ever, A Christmas Story.
Did you know that? Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces over the last few years, you know, and highlights, as they say, but never from start to finish. So there you go. Yeah.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
It really was.
There was something that happened shortly after Christmas because Santa's helper was running a bit behind, but we'd hinted at, or I had, get your Munzee monthly moments videos in posted somewhere like on the Munzee water cooler on Facebook to, you know, that maybe Santa would be delivering something special to all the good boys and girls that got their videos in before Christmas. Well,
and did he?
I don't know if you noticed, but yes, Santa did make a special delivery to all of the approved videos. It was on the 26th. So, you know, he did his thing and then he was back chilling and was like, I forgot this one special delivery after the fact. So there you go.
Luckily he can deliver it virtually if that's the case then. So I did see this as well. And there's been quite a few Munzee monthly moment videos come through, which is really awesome. This month itself was to get some sort of physical Munzee in front of some Christmas lights of sorts. So that's what it was. And it was interesting to see, Rob, the amount of different types of Christmas lights. So in different countries especially. So obviously, as we said before, USA do everything bigger than normal. And so you see a lot of USA Christmas lights. And then you see these small dark towns in Europe or whatever as well. And literally it has just one rope light going around the balcony or something. That's all it was. It's like, wow. You know, so it's amazing difference in Christmas lights. So that was really cool.
The need to use electricity hasn't spread across the entire world, you know, like it has here. And I haven't done my video yet, and I continue to forget. Yeah, I know. And the thing about here in the U.S., I can definitely still get that video done, because there will be plenty of Christmas lights still up all the way until the new year, and maybe like at my parents' house even through like March or something. Who knows? Because they might be a little slower to take them down.
Exactly. But in saying that, Rob, people don't understand this either. And that is, with the Munzee Monthly Moments, it is a monthly video that you put out, that everyone can put out and submit to us itself as well. And you don't just get things like, you get random things like these. I'll say they were cogs, people. They were cogs.
It was cogs.
You won't get them, Rob, because you were too late to the party.
I know.
But it's not too late to put your entry in. So get your entry in for this month, but don't forget something is coming up every single month from now on, including January as well. So get ready for the January Munzee Monthly Moments. The quickest way, Rob, for people to see what is required is to go onto the Munzee YouTube channel, the actual official Munzee YouTube channel. Subscribe to that channel and click the notification bell, and you will get notified when as soon as that video pops out. So, and you will then watch it, and then you'll be the first to know what you have to do in the requirements. So, there you go.
There it is. Yeah. Nice and easy.
Yeah. Anyway, Rob, let's get to it. The activity from last week, there wasn't that many. It was only 2 events, one in Germany and one in Switzerland, none in the US. Look at that. Yeah. But the leaderboards were still cool.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. On Friday, we had Coalcracker 7 at 188,000, Munzee Prof at 178,000, Jaroslav Kos at 171,000.
On Saturday, we had Lasercat at 246,000, Munzee Prof again, second at 209,000, and then Wheelin' and Dealin' gets in there for third at 205,000.
On Sunday, Schmitz Fam 4, 251,000, Munzee Prof rounding out the weekend with second place again, 174,000, and Jeffo 43, 171,000.
Munzee Prof, like always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Look at that. Poor bloke. But anyway, 3 seconds in a row. Nice work. Yeah. This week coming up, Rob, we have a couple of events. There's one in Florida today on Friday as we speak. There's one in Maryland, North Carolina. And then Saturday, Rob, we have...
Well, we've got Pennsylvania and Minnesota on the last day of 2023.
And then there's a rare event. Yes.
Yeah, you go.
I like this one because it's on the 1st of 2024. It's the first event in 2024, and it's in Cape Town, South Africa. It's rare, Rob. It's very rare that you see these events in Cape Town, South Africa. But my favorite part is, Rob, I've been there. The park in which it's in, I've actually been there. There's Munzee's already there, placed there. There's virtuals placed there. There's physicals placed there as well. I did sort of replace a few of the physicals on my walk around Cape Town itself. It is a beautiful place, Cape Town. If you haven't been there, look at going, because it's not that expensive, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's my rant over Cape Town, South Africa on the first event for 2024. So there you go. I think there's 2 attendees at the moment.
yeah, it is. I believe they're traveling together. They set up an event. It's going to be the first event that we've ever had in Africa as well. So,
wow,
cool.
There you go.
It might be a bit tight on a schedule for anyone else to book a trip to get there just for that. But
now.
But it'll be a good one.
Exactly. But there's also some large events coming up in the new year as well. We're just going to breeze over these. I think one in Florida, UK that you mentioned last week as well, and California coming up, and they're spaced over the next sort of 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. We've got some good ones, so be sure that you check calendar.munzee.com in order to see what events are going on. And you can also check to see in the app if there are any coming up that are near you, because it does show by distance away from your current location in the app.
Yep, exactly right. Anyway, Rob, developments coming up this week. So what happened this week?
Well, there was a Boxing Day sale, and... Well, I hope you saw it, and if you didn't, it's because you didn't read the blog, and that's actually the reason for this podcast, is so that we can read the blog to those who do not like to go there. So you missed out if you're listening to this and you're like, there was a sale? Yes. So there were some discounts out there. There were some things that we put back in the store, like rat laws and some of the other popular items from the year. And then... we also launched a couple of new things, or we added in some new types of products, I guess. So that it was fun. But again, apologies if you missed out on it. too bad.
Yeah, sorry, but not sorry. Because let's be honest, read the blog yourself as well. I'll be honest, Rob, and that is a friend of mine. I won't say his name, GCV, but he reached out to me last week and he said, "Craig, what's this?" He saw something in Munzee. He goes, "Craig, what's this?" He come to me, "Craig, what's this?" I said, "Josh, read the blog. Read the blog." He goes, "No, that's what I listen to you and Rob for, so I don't have to read it." See, so there you go.
That is perfect. Oh man, yep, that's our job. So
yeah, I did see. There's some of the old bouncers came back. I think there was as well.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
Oh
I
yeah,
did read
see,
it.
there were enough things in there that I
Yeah.
couldn't even remember to list. Like, hey, here's the stuff that happened. But yes, some of the old bouncers were back in. And there, for those people who haven't played for a long time, then it's one of those opportunities where it's like, oh, look, here's stuff that I've never seen before. And for anyone who's been around for a lot of years, they're like, oh, okay, not a whole lot of new stuff for me, except for this one thing. We brought out the newest, the shiniest, let's call it, pouch creature, and its name is Ebical. So, or at least that's how we're pronouncing it.
Thank you for pronouncing Ebical. Ebical, the new pouch creature. He or she is golden in color, like really bright and shiny and golden in color. And Rob, I got one, mate. I got one. Of course, I had to get one straight away. As soon as they came out, I looked and went, "Oh, I've got to get one of these as well." This is what happens with Munzee. This is what happens. So that's really cool. That's awesome. But there's other things that came out as well. Now, if people cannot make it to Florida, for instance, if they can't go to Florida, Rob, in January, but they want to be part of it. They really want to be part of it. How do I don't know how to deploy properly. I make sure I get cap-ons. You did something as well. You put in some gardens.
We've taken a page from the Space Coast Geo Store book, I suppose.
Yes, Dale and Bob.
Dale and I have worked things out over the years where, he likes to put together the auto deploy gardens and he'll launch those and they'll be all over the world. So the way that they work through the Space Coast Geo Store, you purchase a pin, and then Dale is the one who actually goes through, pushes a button, and auto deploys it. Well, in our store, we have the magical ability of deploying it quicker so that I don't have to get the list and then push the button for each of them later on. So we've got a little bit of an advantage there. But all that you do is you go in and you choose. So we have virtuals that are discounted. We've got special gardens that are set up for the Z crew members. And so those are even discounted a little bit more. So we've got virtuals, there's a flat layer, and there are temporary virtuals as well.
That's
so each of those at a discounted price, so that because what's happening is you don't get to choose the location for your pin. Like we've already created the garden, and so you're just picking a pin. What I thought was fun or unique about this one, because we haven't really done this before, is there was an one virtual garden POI. So there was one of those in the system. Yes. So it was added in on the virtual list. So there was a random chance across the board of anyone who purchased the virtual might actually get that virtual garden POI pin. So
that's a person, good way to do it.
Yeah, so that person is going to get more points over time.
Yeah,
because that's going to be capped over and over and over again. 50 plus event attendees, but then anyone who's local or continues to travel through, they can get that all the time. So just a little different.
And I love the idea of these auto deploy gardens, and between yourself and Dale as well, who worked out how to do them, I think it's a fantastic idea, especially because some people, especially new to Munzee, and I was one of these as well, and I was a little bit sort of like, oh, should I do this with the gardens? And there's a lot to try and deploy in a garden, getting the coordinates correct, so you're not missing out, or you're getting the colors correct, you're getting everything correct. And sometimes it can be overwhelming and a bit too much. Whereas you guys, you take all that out and you just go, you know what? Here's the pin, and it's a discounted price. You just pay for it, and it's going to be deployed for you on your behalf. But as we said before, these gardens themselves, they're actually around the events or nearby the events in Florida in January. So they're going to be capped, Rob. They're going to be capped quite heavily too.
Yes, for players who put these out before January 10th, let's say.
Yes,
you are looking at a lot of caps. I mean, some of them that are already out. Coalcracker 7, who we talked about earlier. She is local in the area. She's sort of the main host of the Munzee Mecca events and kind of running the proceedings and making sure that all of the event locations, are ready and reserved and that kind of stuff. She's been making her way around the gardens already. So what will happen there is if you've got a flat or a virtual that bouncers might land on, you may see her name pop up on your cap on points list over time, multiple times, because she chases. She chases bouncers a lot, and the areas that we chose have like some of her tree houses and some of her skylands. So you'll definitely see a good return on your on the number of points that you see there. From
definitely, and you can't forget. I don't think it's been announced as yet, but it's a great possibility that there'll be double points on virtuals, flats, and also.
I think it was announced.
It was announced. So there you go. So you're going to get double points on that weekend as well. Wow, Rob. There's going to be points flying everywhere that weekend, especially with these gardens out. So don't forget, guys, and all this listed itself is in the Munzee store. So just go to the Munzee store, and there's obviously links in the description of this podcast as well. But head to the Munzee store and you will look for gardens, and you'll find these pop up and go from there. And you said before that there's even special ones. What do you call it? QZ? I can't even never pronounce
Cruzy,
it right.
Yeah.
Cruisies.
So if you're a Cruzy, it's a Z Crew. There we go.
Z Crew, that's the one. That's backwards. Yeah. If you're a Z Crew member, so those ones who've been playing a little bit longer and qualify for it, you get even bigger discounts from there because there's gardens just for Z Crew members only. So there you go. Really cool. Get into that. But there is a double points weekend coming up this weekend, Rob.
Yes, there is.
As we speak right now, there's double demerits, double points. That's my police officer speaking, see? Because there is double demerit points in Australia right now as well. So beware of that. Yes, it's holiday weekends. Double points this weekend as well from today. What are they for, Rob?
So that's for the mailbox owners. So those of you who've participated in that during the month of December, you've got double points on cards, temperats, greenies, rums, and all the bouncers. Whoa.
What? You get double points on bouncers? That's a lot. Some of the bouncers are worth 500 points, Rob. So you're telling me you're going to give out 1,000 points for one bouncer?
I believe so. I think that isn't there one bouncer that gives 1,000 points on deploy? I feel like there is.
See, I'm not. If there is, I haven't. I don't recognize it.
Buckeyecacher maybe, or Cyborg Santa, or I feel like there's one of the next at the very top of the list. One of the high cog ones that gives you a lot of points. So
if that's the case, is that on deploy as well, the double points? So you get 2,000 points on that one.
Cap on and deploys, yeah. So a reminder to everyone: this is your final chance to bump your score up the leaderboard, because don't forget, not only is there that daily leaderboard, there's the monthly leaderboard online and in the app that you can see, but there is the yearly leaderboard. So if you're maybe you set yourself a goal of I want to be in the top 100 for the year. Well, your time is running out, honestly. So this could be your chance if you've got the mailbox and the double points. Good luck.
And there are extra badges too, Rob, I take it as well, for the yearly as opposed to daily. Look at you, I'm making you think now. I can even see the cogs are turning, literally.
There's not an automatic badge for that, I don't think. But I feel like a few times over the years when we've remembered or thought about it after the fact, we have indeed given out hey, you won the year, basically, that kind of thing. Because that is an achievement, and
Yeah.
everyone out there in the world is not always going to be able to be the number one or even in the top 100 overall leaderboard. But yearly, monthly, those kinds of things, people have an opportunity to make it into those, even if you're new. You can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just to let you know, Rob, as of Wednesday just gone, which is today as we speak, you heard these 4 people, which are the top 4 for the year. You've heard them almost every single week on this podcast. Munzee Prof is number 1 at the moment. Coalcracker 7 is number 2. Wheelin' and Dealin' is number 3. And Jaroslav Kass is number 4. So there you go. That's for the year.
What?
Funny that. See, funny that. They get a mention every week.
That's so surprising. Those 4 names were first, second, third on Friday. They were second and third on Saturday. They were second. It was only second for Munzee Prof on Sunday. So yeah,
it's funny that
it's almost like they play hard all year long. How interesting. Yeah.
I know. I love it. So Rob, it's almost a new year now. Are you doing anything special for New Year's, yourself and Lou?
So we are, imagine this, we're still going to be here in Florida, spending the entire time here. And so right now we're still trying to work out the final plan, but I have a feeling that it's going to be Disney related. So
of course.
Part of that's going to come down to my son's work schedule, because he is working New Year's Eve for sure. And just where we land, because we've got Lou's 2 boys, so we won't be landing in any bar establishments and that kind of thing. So in the past we've had nice little celebrations at home, but we'll all be up until midnight.
See, and really, I feel sorry for, if I'm not sure the age of Lou's boys, but the age of people in general. Say, for instance, they're from the UK and they're 18 years of age. So normally it's like, this is my first year I can actually go out and party and drink. But now you fly them to Florida. Oh no, I'm still not allowed to because I'm not 21.
Yep. They're 15 and 13, so they still.
Oh, there you go. Still got a couple of years left. Got a couple of years left. But Rob, do you have any New Year's resolutions then in regards to Munzee for 2024?
The resolution has just been to get to 2024 at the moment.
Fair enough.
That one continues to change. For me, in terms of Munzee, 2024, I know that as a company we've got some big plans, and honestly, some of those plans we made up last year. A year ago, we set some goals, we set some targets, we set some things in motion in order to really grow the game and take things to a whole nother level. And so I think that what we're going to see is what happens in real life sometimes, which is rolling over those goals to say, okay, we got a lot accomplished, but there are still some places that we need to grow. We need to put a little more work in. So I wish that I could share a picture and tell you a little bit more, but this is not a slow talking moment. This is the time for me to just say it's out there. It's coming soon. We're gonna make it happen. In terms of personal, guess what? I actually am going to I never do make resolutions. It's such a tricky thing, but we've bought some gym equipment for the house. And Lou's boys are kind of both interested in, like, all right, let's start doing something. And because of the sports that they're in, they would like to be able to, get pumped up, and whether they actually do that or not doesn't really matter. But just some fitness and some activity. Lou rides her bike all the time, obviously. I don't as much, so a little something to get both of us fit in like working on muscle and some of that kind of stuff. So that's a little resolution, I suppose, that I can put out there for me on the personal side. Yeah. So,
but I will say this, Rob. I was just listening to you then speak, and people are gonna. You don't have to answer this at all. Okay, this is not in the show notes at all, people. This is just again me listening to Rob, because this is what we do. We listen to Rob intently. Now, I will say this, and that yes, I can confer. Rob did say these words. He said that Munzee is going to a whole new level. I don't know if it's true or not, and he's not going to confirm or deny. But we've got the virtuals, we've got the flats, we've got the cards. So I'm not sure. I'm speculating here. I'm just a player. So
speculation is very fun, and you might even give me ideas from your speculation. So all of you in the water cooler, start speculating. I will look at your ideas. We have a meeting coming up. You never know what might actually jump to the top of our to-do list. Very good. How about you?
Meanwhile,
what's going
Rob,
on with you for resolutions? Do you do?
I'm going to do a Rob. I'm going to start talking slowly. Because my New Year's Munzee resolution is to continue my streak, both capping and deploying as well, and also capping the POIs on a daily basis. So that's my resolution. People out there, if you're listening to this, start thinking about your resolution, and you may want to think about it heavily, because they may want to do a video about it in 2024.
That sounded like a hint.
Let's move. See, I did a Rob. I tried my hardest. I really slowed down my speech.
Slowed down. It was very good. Yeah,
I did. We've got to move on, Rob. It's 26 minutes already. Let's move on to the Munzee question of the week, and this is a very important question as well. From Buckeyecacher Carson himself. He asked Rob, will we ever get badges for physical deploys in other states or countries?
Ooh, you know what? I've never heard that question before. Okay, maybe that's not true, because I never like to say never. Well, okay, maybe. But I will say that physical deploys, badges for them, all that kind of stuff, a list of tracking. Well, that's not on a short list of things that are coming up in 2024. Yeah, it's also not on the long list for 2024. We've got a list, and if you go back a couple of years, maybe a few more than a couple, you'll find like we always used to have themes, and one of them was expect the unexpected. The answer of yes to this question in 2024 would be very unexpected. So that's all I've got to say about that right now. And thanks for the question, I suppose. Next.
Move on, he says. There you go. Take from that what you will. Thank you very much, Buckeyecacher. And don't forget, anyone else out there who wants to submit your question for Rob or a tip of the week, you can message me on Facebook, Instagram, or on Discord as well. Now, let's move on to the Munzee tip of the week. This one itself is from me, because I'm a social guy. I like my friends, whether they be friends to see where they are so I can actually, deploy for them, or friends out there like PJ, who I want to keep an eye on and try and catch in the points. Right. Anyway, either one, you can actually add your friends. So how do you add your friends from your friends list? First of all, open your app. Top right of you is your profile pic. Click on that. Scroll down to social. Click on friends. Bottom of the screen is add friend. Type in their name. Now, you can click on their name to make sure it's the right one first, but you've got to go back and then click on the plus symbol to the left of their name, and then they are automatically on your friends list. But Rob, tell them how they can do that on the website as well.
That's right. And thankfully, this time you've added and have both the app and the website. So I don't have to go, did you know that you can do it on the website? Tip number 2. So on the website, in the top right where you've got your profile pic, you can just click on friends, and then you scroll down to the bottom and add the friends. You type in their name, you click add. So it's actually pretty simple online.
Pretty simple, yeah.
But again, this is in the social section because friends, social.
Friends, we're social, exactly. And I will say this, you pointed out that, I did put the website as well as the app. Going back to that episode, guys, if you haven't listened to that episode, I can't even remember which one it was, but it was where I was telling people how to do the map link, the web link for the map. And Rob put out there and said, Craig, did you know you can do this from the app itself as well, and told us about that. Rob, I got 3 different messages from 3 different people after that episode went live and said, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know that either." So thank you very much. So there you go. People listen to the tips, Rob.
Yeah,
so they're very clever.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Don't forget, guys, if you have a tip of the week or a question, please reach out because they are. We don't. In other words, I don't have any left on the list.
Right.
Just saying.
They help everyone. Help everyone.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Rob, before we end, mate, Happy New Year to you and to lovely Lou as well, and all the Munzee team. And from on behalf of all the players all around the world, we thank you and we thank the entire team for what you do for this wonderful game that we do play and we all do love. So thank you very much, mate.
On behalf of the team and myself and Lou, thank you, and thanks to all the players for being patient with us this year in 2023. We've all made it, and Happy New Year to everyone. Let's have a great 2024. So thank you.
And I think it's going to be. So, Rob, this ends another official Munzee podcast for the season.
Oh, thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
Don't forget to subscribe. And this is important, Rob. People who haven't subscribed, rate. You got to rate this app. You got to rate on your app itself, rate this podcast and put a review on there as well. And let us know that this is your favorite podcast. I can't even say it right. Meanwhile, I'm going to end this right now. So join us again for another week for another exciting episode. Oh, my words.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep that Munzee spirit alive. Ready, Rob? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year.
Oh, no, yeah. Happy New Year. Nice one. See ya.